Okay, we are back in the kick factory. Yeah, I'm just gonna get down to it basically. We can talk about some of the theory here. But if you look down here, this is the shape of the kick bottom, and this is the shape of the whole kick over time, and then this is what it looks like, right? And it's very important to curate your kick bottom and its shape. And you can see this, it looks quite nice, but we can make it better. Plus, I've already made this kick, so I'm going to make a new one. But I use Wave Shaper, and you notice Ozone kind of bends the kick, doesn't it? And this thing is kind of weird. All right, if you turn it off, but it actually sounds better. Wide, you can even still, and it's still in phase. That's the other thing. So you can see this, and you can see that the whole time, that it's in phase, right? So it's definitely pushing air, and you can feel it in the room, shaking the room, right? So it's definitely working. So you don't need to worry about your kicks being entirely in mono. There's even a little bit of stereo within the subs there. If they're in phase, they're still in phase, right? You only start phase canceling once you get outside of this line. Okay. What else? So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in this rack. It's fundamentally built around kick 2, so it's got like a pitch rack, pitch envelope and amp envelope. I don't work with the click layers in here anymore. I make my own click layers out of 128s because it's just more powerful and there's more stuff you can do. And then I can do all the distortion stuff I want on this, which is a sine wave, unless I crank this up. But I usually don't. But this is just a sine wave. And then this drive, in my opinion, is the best, the wave drive. And so that's this knob here. Right, if we don't have a shaper, we can actually turn off ozone, and you can. Let's also close. Yeah, so you can see this shape. This is about as effective as you can get. Yeah. So super powerful. It pushes a lot of air. Very, very resonant though. So I dialed back on it a little bit. And then I usually don't keep it this long. So there's this length whole thing, and then there is this length right here, which is actually from shaper box over here, and that's re-enveloping the whole thing. So if you saw my video on making hard kicks, one of my philosophies is you add harmonics enough to brick it out, so you contain harmonics through the tail of your kick, and then you re-envelope so that you don't have this bricked out kick or sub or whatever else you're designing, right? So yeah, we can shorten this with this knob or with and so you notice that it rings out in pitch at the end. We can really exaggerate that, right? That do at the end. And so we can just clip that off with this box. So shaper box looks like, right, and shortening this length down here. And we can change the shape of the envelope. Right, quickly, and then get something that works. So that's pretty much what I do for the bottom. This looks for shaper box, but otherwise that's just volume shaping. You can see it's in key. In this case, it's a G. I'm not sure what chose settle on G, but we're making a G kick right now. And I set this sidechain compressor on the microphone, so it's gonna sidechain out the vocals when the kick hits, but otherwise it's gonna cause all this shitty phasing. So it's compromise. I'll try not to talk when I'm doing the kicks. Yeah, so this is the bottom, or sorry, the top rather. And then I do this with 3 layers. These are just 128s. I have some videos on 128s. Il Gates is the OG creator of 128s and also my guru. But it's this rack right here, and it's just a sampler, and there's 128 samples in this sampler, all connected to different notes, and those notes are selected by these knobs, which control this pitch knob. All right, and before it ever got into there, we actually, in here, we subtracted 128 from the pitch, just so all the pitch entering here is 0, and then you add pitch up. It's just easier that way. And these scroll through the samples, right? So that's this guy, you can see it. So it's just the start position. So this is sample offset, which is different from the start. Right? It's like, where are you starting? Different from the actual start. So it's the only way to change start position, I think, in sampler gracefully. So yeah, these just scrub through the samples a little bit to get where you want it to actually start. So oh, I'm wondering if that's actually sending audio out. Oh no, it's good. Yeah, so if I solo anything that's not a track, it will mute my microphone. Okay. Cool. So we're back. Yeah, so this top, fuck this top. I use this on something else. Kind of like that. Like, I don't like that metallic effect, but I like the kind of it. Oh yeah, the one other hack that's really good is this top length. This is just velocity. It's just setting this velocity. And one of the things that your sampler can do in Ableton is on its global page, there is this, the time to the velocity. Right. And so I wanted it so when I crank it up, the velocity or the time goes down. So that's why it's negative. The transient doesn't have much, so it's not really impacting it much, but these 2 layers, it's quite a bit. And so that lets me scale the whole top layer. Right. So you can make like shorter kicks really easy, right? Right. That's actually not too bad. Same thing with this sharp knob. If you just listen to this guy, it's kind of like that. So let's make sure it's not too short, and let's find a better transient. That's really wide. I like it. Okay, so if we wanted, we could. And what this is doing is it's controlling a couple different things on the envelope of this. All right, so the attack, the decay, the release slope. It's easiest just to see what it's doing if you watch this envelope over here, but it is making it sharp. Right, basically all it's doing. And I used to map this a little bit different such that the attack time would go up to about like a second, like a millisecond, just so it's like a thwick into you. I think that actually works a little bit better. Sound without that. Yeah, I mean, it just gets super sharp. That's the thing. That's pretty good. Yeah, but then it compromises the initial tag. I don't think I want that. Just gonna unmap this. Oops. Just take off these guys. Cool. Yeah, you can always scan forward. That's the other nice thing about this. Is like if there's a better part of the transient than an additional sample, you just scan forward into it a little bit. So that's pretty much these layers. Right? So you got this clicky thing. Like that. This guy, I'd move. It's a little dry. I might add reverb, just a little bit. I'm gonna use the max convolution. They have some really nice ones for drums. That I was recommended by my guru KJ Saka, who is one of the best drummers on the planet. If you aren't familiar with him. Oh man. This might not know where my convolutions are. Made for drums. Right, that's what I'm saying. Cool, I like that. So this is still not working. Let me see if I can switch this out. So weird that it doesn't know where that is. The reverbs. That is okay. I'll say fuck it, I'm gonna use Convology, which is better anyway. And it's free. Alright, so reverb, Convology. Oops, I just grabbed convolution again. Yeah, it's weird that it's glitching like that. Yeah, let's put this back on the top. So I'm not really reverbing the bottom. There'll be plenty of reverb. It's brutal in its own way, but we're not trying to echo. So file browser. Ableton IR is made for drums. And we're going to go with... That's pretty good. Stretch it. Dude, convology is so good. It's so much better. Cool. Is there like a pre-delay going on? Mix with decay time. Aha! There was some kind of pre-delay. I like that. It's pretty good. I would EQ it though. Like the whole top, which is what this guy's for. Big chunky changes. I'll try. I can't have the cue. something I don't like about one of these top layers. This one. It's like this whoosh at the end. It's the shape of the release tail that I don't like. It's too like feeding off. I think if it's longer, I would like it. Pretty good. Now it's just loud, I think. Okay, so it's not really fair to judge the loudness of this until we get this. This is the side band. Wait, what? Oh, that makes sense. Got it, because that compressor is coming after the mid side. Okay, that makes sense. That there would be some side signal on the mid band because it hits a it hits a reverb. Cool. So okay with that. So these compressors need to work harder. It's the side band. Like that. It's a little. That's pretty good. Very tight. Pretty good. I think I want to EQ this a little bit differently too. Pretty good. Looks like the sub is getting messed up a little bit. All right. Like something from the top end's out of phase. I don't like cutting the sub unless I need to. So there's actually a trick. You just phase the top with the bottom, which is this knob. It just feels different. Interesting. This is kind of the best in terms of phasing. All right, you can see the phase kind of shift. That is all fucked up in here, so I'm probably not going to try and do it with phase. I'm probably going to just do it with EQing out the bottom a little bit better. definitely sounds the best there, but you can still see it's phasing out pretty bad. We just look at just the mid signal. This is what's pushing the speaker cones. You can see that the big long guys, that's all compromised. All right. It's all compromised. So a little. It's working better there. A little bit better. Yeah, it's not too bad now. Guess I'll do. Okay, so mid and side. The side stuff is. I wonder if. Feels late. That happened. That was 8 milliseconds. Alright, nims those 8 milliseconds. That's about as good as I'm gonna get. Right about there. Cool. Now the other thing is it just feels like this top. It's pretty good. yeah, I'm gonna call it because it just says G. It's pretty tight. I know if this is gonna. Current project, and I want sky is, what is it? It is G49 is fat, is tight to boomy. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna make kicks out of all these. They're all sources for a bunch of kicks. I'm gonna make families of kicks. I'm gonna make like 20 families of kicks or more, right? I don't know, at least as many as there are ones here centered around these pitches, and then probably some redundant ones in the good ranges from like here to here, like D sharp to G sharp or A. So I'll probably like do double ones there, fill a whole bunch of families of them, and then make sure every single one is awesome. And then I'm gonna make a pack for you guys. So all right, love you guys. Hopefully this was informative. I know you don't have this kick rack, but hopefully you learned something along the way on how to sort of structure these things. Yeah, all right, peace.